Grand Rising, Agape Nation, Agape family, Agape community, Agape friends. I'm Reverend Arlene Cecilia Hilton, and I am here this morning, and I'm so grateful to be with you in the presence. I am here to deliver a gift to you, our selected reading. Our selected reading is taken from Agape's Book of the Month, The Honeymoon Effect by Bruce Lipton. It can be found on page 75 in the section, The Habitual Record Play Subconscious Mind. The subconscious mind is the mind that Post-it notes be damned, compels us to lunge for the Krispy Kreme donuts in the refrigerator, or fall for the biggest jerk in the party again. The subconscious mind is profoundly more powerful, a more powerful influence on our behavior than the conscious mind. You might develop a decidedly negative attitude towards your powerful subconscious mind, that it is sabotaging your best efforts to create the honeymoon effect in your life and to stay away from donuts. It's a waste of time to fight or blame the subconscious mind, as I'm tempted to do when I scarf down a Krispy Kreme donut. That's when my subconscious mind berates me. You stupid idiot. Why did you eat them when you just finished vowing to avoid them? I can yell all I want and blame all I want, but I'm wasting my time simply because there's nobody in the subconscious mind to respond to my rants. Demonizing your subconscious mind is akin to screaming at your television. Is your television good or bad? Neither. What are you watching? Don't blame the television set. Blame the programming. Is your subconscious mind good or bad? Neither. The subconscious mind is primarily an amazing record playback mechanism that, unlike the conscious mind, expresses little creativity and has no sense of time. It is always in the present moment, doesn't see a future, and certainly doesn't listen or care when you yell at it. Rather than demonizing or battling your subconscious over its bothersome behavioral programs, it's best to acknowledge its power. I grant you that this would be a very depressing book if I could only explain how your best intentions and your best love affairs have been sabotaged by your subconscious mind, without pointing you to the tools you can use to reprogram your subconscious mind. Thankfully, we are not doomed to live with our subconscious mind's self-sabotaging behaviors. And so let us turn within right now and recognize that we shall rise above any sabotaging behaviors. Let's step into and sit in this prayer field in knowing that right where we are, God is. Grateful for this moment to turn inward and acknowledge the magnificence of God, the presence of God that is active, alive, and well as us. Grateful for the awareness that this now moment is a moment that we get to sup at the table with the presence that is always present. Knowing this presence and this power is everywhere, evenly present, we know that this presence and this power is active in this beautiful way of meditation. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way of meditation. We get to sit and remember whose we are. We get to tap in to that inner sanctuary deep within each and every one of us. As Reverend Michael, our guide, delivers a Dharma talk that supports us and sustains us. It is our sustenance this day. Grateful for this community and the divine yes that we have said to our own expansion deeper into the presence. And so we let go in this moment. We surrender this moment. We acknowledge this moment as good. We acknowledge this moment as sweet. We acknowledge the surrender. And we let it be. And so it is. And so it shall be. Ashe. Let us sit in the presence.
We give thanks to the Reverend Arlene Hilton for bringing us into this precious moment with the selected reading and the evocation. And we, at Agape, we use the word evocation rather than invocation for such times as this. Because invocation has traditionally meant that we're inviting God to come here. Evocation is an awareness that the presence of God and love and beauty and intelligence, the living one, is already here. And the evocation is allowing ourselves to open up to what's already here. So we're not saying come here. We're saying we're making ourselves available to that which is already here and active. And so that evocation was for that purpose. I welcome you to the Way of Meditation service in which we are keenly aware that we are here to make ourselves available to insights and revelations, spiritual realizations that become the fruitage of our life. Jesus the Christ once said that you shall know them by their fruit. What does that mean? Basically, I'll tell you a story that happened recently. I was speaking with a gentleman who had taken some drugs and things of that particular nature, and he thought that he was having a spiritual awakening. And as he began to talk to me, he was agitated, he was fearful, he was upset. He thought that he had reached this mountaintop and this pinnacle of awareness, and he was going on and on and on. And I said, well, the fruitage of the Spirit as it becomes integrated in you is love, is peace, patience, compassion, generosity, creativity. You're not displaying any of that fruitage. You're displaying a sense of fear and worry and anxiety. So I'm not really sure that you've had a spiritual awakening. We have to wait to see if that fruit emerges, if it changes your character. Then you'll be able to say, yes, that moment where you had this sudden burst of something was actually authentic. In the way of meditation, as you are sitting and contemplating the divine presence that's everywhere and of course right where you are, and you begin to come into the context of intentionality around awakening. That's the game we're playing. We're playing awakening, where we want to wake up, you see. And so as that begins to take place, and we start to have pinprick insights into reality, presence is everywhere. Into reality, presence is love. Into reality, the presence emanates divine peace, order, beauty, harmony. These are spiritual qualities that are innate to us, but must be discovered, activated, and then ultimately expressed. As we're sitting in meditation and we're having little insights that aren't really so little, but may appear to be, it starts to seep into our character. And we can look back from time to time and see how we used to be. We can see the fears, the doubts, the worries, the projections of worst-case scenarios onto the wall of the future. We can see that there's less of that, and there's more of an awareness of a deep sense of love, There's more of an awareness of a deep sense of peace that is not in concert with the world of effects, the world of appearances. It's called spiritual liberation, meaning that this sense of connection, this sense of joy, sense of love, sense of peace, has very little to do with the external world of appearances. You've heard the old song, the world didn't give it to us, so the world can't take it away. That as this seeps into your character, there becomes something about you that's independent of other people. It's independent of the human condition. It's independent of human experience. It's independent of what's being displayed throughout the consciousness of the planet. Now, what is that called? That's called freedom. And most people are not free. Most people are puppets dancing on the string of thought forms that are moving through society. And they jiggle and dance and, they're like a marionette to whatever seems to be going on. It basically plays their emotions, which is the condensation of perceptions and previously held thoughts, and it masquerades as some kind of freedom, some kind of liberation, but it is not. What is freedom, what is liberation, is when you wake up to your intrinsic nature, it becomes insightful, and then it becomes sustainable, and then it becomes ecstatic. You become a celebrant of the divine presence. And so as you move through the insight into sustainability and into ecstasy, we could say, why do I use that word, ecstatic? It's not like, you're out of your mind and you're bubbling all over the place necessarily. It could be a pinpoint laser awareness of the truth of your being. Because if I were to say to you, how is your friendship? How is your relationship? And if you said, sustainable, it's okay. We talk about, we want to do something on the planet that's sustainable. Do we really? No. Sustainable is a beginning stage. Let's do something that is sustainable on the planet. We have friendships, relationships that are sustainable. But do we really want to stay there? No. We want fire. We want some kind of ecstasy, ecstatic. We want some joy. We want some love. We want some beauty. And so as we are waking up, we discover that we move through a sustainability. We're able to hold a certain dynamic, but then as it becomes more and more real to us, there's like an inner ecstasy. It's an inner laser awareness of the presence that becomes unshakable. Does not mean you don't have sadness passing through your awareness. Does not mean you don't have certain frequencies that pass through that appear to take you down from time to time, but you bounce back up because your new norm is that activation of the intrinsic nature of who you are. So when you hear from time to time that you are the light that lights up every being that comes to the planet, that's not prose. It's not just poetry, it's not just sweet words. That is a declaration of your real identity. You are luminous being. That's what you are. And though you have this fabric of a body temple that we sometimes become very identified with as identity rather than a way of modality, a mobility, you see, we become very identified with the transitory labels that we have rather than the luminosity that's activating those labels, so that anything that goes bump in the night brings a dimension of fear of death, or fear of this, or fear of loss, because of the over-identification with the transitory bodies. But when you begin to really have a pinprick insight into your real nature in being, there is a kind of a relief and a release into a feeling tone of, oh my God, there's something about me that can't be taken away. There's something about me that's real and eternal. And that begins to inform thought. It begins to inform, then that thought begins to create perception, expanded perception, and that perception begins to allow your participation to a greater degree in that which is real. Remember this, that most people do not have an encounter with reality, only to a limited degree. They only have an encounter with their thought about reality, and they experience that. But there comes a moment where you begin to have, with a radiant thought that becomes perception, you begin to have more and more connection to reality, to that which is real, you see. Forever, eternal, sublime, magnificent, beautiful. And these words obviously don't even convey the absolute, sometimes intense nature of the Spirit of the living one, the Spirit of God. Not a guy in the sky, but a divine presence that is never an absence. And so what the practice of meditation, what it does is begins to slowly, incrementally, and sometimes dramatically free you from the human condition. The human condition is fraught with thought forms, superstitions, fears, doubt, and worries, thoughts of separation, lack, scarcity, and a kind of a timeline of a human incarnation in which individuals are in this condition. That condition is conditioning their mind. You know, at a certain point, you pop out of the human condition, not the human incarnation. You know, Thierry de Chardin once said that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and I say no to that. That was sweet back in the day, but we have to up-level these kind of things. We can't keep, celebrating stuff that's not true. We are spiritual beings having a human incarnation, but we choose our experience. We choose it. And so we can be a part of the human condition, or we can break free through meditation. And we celebrate our human incarnation. It's transitory, it's temporary. But in the incarnation, we can have direct contact with that which is real and then bring it into expression. That's creativity. That's art. That's generosity. It's choreography. That's music. That's painting. That's real healing. That's real beautiful architecture. That's, you take any particular exploration into individuals' gifts on the planet, and there are those that are hacks, and there are those that are on the creative edge all the time. I'll always remember when I was a little boy, I was rushed to the hospital, about 10 years old or so, and I had an appendix pain that was excruciating, and the doctor that was there that was trying to work on me and different things, he was kind of ignoring my parents. And my mother was very deeply concerned, and they were trying to get his attention to see what was going on. He was walking in and out of the room. And so finally, my father stopped him, picked him up, put him up against the wall, and said, "Excuse me, when you graduated from med school, they probably didn't give you a bedside manner. When I put you down, you're going to go talk to this boy's mother, and you're going to explain to him exactly what's going on so that she can be a comfort." And he said, "Yes, sir." And he went, he broke it down. And so he didn't get bedside manner in med school. And he was sticking to a particular protocol. So he was a hack, doing the best he could, though I'm sure he was a very beautiful man. But I always remember that as a little boy. And I can remember reminding my dad about that. My dad would say, "I didn't do that." And my mother would say, "Beck, you did it. You picked the man up and said, have some bedside manner." But that just popped into my awareness. I mean, I really don't know whether he was a hack or not. But at that particular, he was just doing the best he could. Anyway, we could become hacks. What is a hack? A hack is somebody that gets caught up in their training and doesn't go beyond it. And an individual is on the creative edge of discoveries, always going beyond their training into a greater expression of reality because they're having insights into that which is real. Whether you're a singer, an artist, a minister, spiritual practitioner, a doctor, whatever it is, a moment of freedom. You do what you're called to do better than what you've been trained to do, because the Spirit of the living one is moving through you. And so we want to be free. We want to be celebrants of the divine. We want to wake up. We want to break free from the human condition and allow the human condition to condition our mind. We want only to be conditioned by the eternal, by the presence, which is why we affirmatively pray, which is why we meditate, which is why we vision, which is why we throw ourselves into sacred service, which is why we activate our generosity gene and give from the place of abundance. We do all of that to answer the wake-up call and the call of remembrance. The call of remembrance as to why we took the incarnation. Let's practice. Today I'm inviting us to sit with our back straight, erect without being rigid. Just have our hands on our lap facing downward, just as a reminder that we're not seeking to escape the human incarnation. We're seeking to bring that which is eternal into time. We're not trying to get away. There used to be a phrase that the body temple and the human dynamic, human incarnation was a veil of tears that we will one day escape from and be free. And I'm not saying that there is a level of freedom when you are no longer operating merely from the body temple. But we have come to bring heaven to earth. We have come to bring love and insights and revelations and creativity, generosity, peace to earth. So we have our hands facing downward. As I said years ago, that we're not seeking merely to become ascended masters, we're seeking to become descended masters. We've taken an incarnation to become masters and to bring it into time, so that one moment at a time can reveal that which is eternal. You've seen it. You've seen you've heard Dr. King speak. You've heard great singers. One moment, eternity broke into time. And so we embrace an intention to wake up this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time it is for you in your body temple. And I say that because as I've spoken to some people recently on my travels, I met people who use the way of meditation service every single day. One lady was telling me she wakes up to it and she goes to bed. Before she goes to bed, she listens and practices. And then the next week, she uses the next one. Next week, she uses it. And so people have been giving me this feedback. So that's why I say, whatever time zone you may be in at this particular moment, you are opening yourself up to a great blessing. Intend to wake up. This is not the wake up that happens when you go to sleep at night. This is an inner awakening to your real nature. You're intending to wake up to who and what you are. That's where your attention is. On the feeling tone and the energy of your intention. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Our sacred breath is a talisman for staying present. Simultaneously, we know, aware that the body's breathing and breathing presently. So we're attentive to our intention to wake up, and we're aware that the body's breathing. Be aware this is the very first time you've ever sat the technology of meditation. Regardless how many years you have practiced, you enter into this space as if it is the very first time. If the attention drifts, it's all right. You are pure awareness. You have the capacity to be aware of what's passing through your awareness. Fantasies, conversations, futurizing, things that have occurred in the past. It's all right. Come back to this moment and tend to wake up. Embrace what's passing through. Remember, it's not you, it's just passing through. No resistance, just observing. And what you observe changes on a subatomic level, just based on observation. You are becoming free. we receive a nice inhalation, we give thanks. We allow ourselves to move into the feeling tone of gratitude. Oh, we're just so grateful. Grateful to be awake, grateful to be alive, grateful to exist at all. We choose the consciousness of gratitude. The receptivity factor increases. The receptivity to the presence, the power, the love, the intelligence of God Almighty flowing through us right now is our real identity, and what we're recognizing everywhere with every breath that we take. We're one with this divine presence. And the very word spoken from this place is a true law unto itself. It only knows its own fulfillment. It knows nothing else. I speak it, naming our time together wonderful, insightful, revelatory, uplifting, inspiring, healing, transforming each and every one of us, becoming more, never less than our true self, and that is all around the globe. You break free from the human condition that would foment such violence that we are aware of on the planet: assassination, school shootings, wars. We break free from the human condition and we become the fiats of peace and of love and of harmony and of goodwill and of unity and of forgiveness. Breaking free from the human condition of separation, we become the harbingers of a world that is seeking to emerge, but must emerge through the like vibration and frequency in spiritual beings having a human incarnation. Us, here, now. We turn off the social media and we turn on to the inner gospel, the inner good news of the Spirit. Let there be light and love, and let it begin with us now. We give thanks. We give thanks that it's already done. Yet, it must unfold through us. And so it is. Amen. Thank you for participating in the Way of Meditation service. Your soul is reveling in the opportunity to become more of itself. This is our opportunity to absolutely make a big difference in our spiritual community through the activation of our generosity that's within us. We're generative beings, so we begin to give from the overflow within our own consciousness. We take just a moment of inward glance and we give thanks for whatever it is we have to give. We infuse it with a blessing of such gratitude that we exist at all and that we are in this community that's more than a place, it is a state of consciousness. And we support it, that it becomes a blissful expression of human possibility. And so it is. Amen. You may take out your cellular devices, if you will, and you may shine the camera in the direction of the QR code that's right now on your screen, whether you're using your computer or whatever it is. You shine the camera on it, it will take you right into the domain of Agape. That's Venmo. Right into the domain of Agape International. And there you'll choose the amount, and you can do that right now. It's beautiful use of technology. Instant, immediate, and allows you to be more of you. The hands of the givers are never empty. If you would like to text instead, you can text the word give to 424-321-6243. It'll take you into the same domain. There you'll choose the amount. You can even choose the regularity of your gifting, so you can give once a week automatically. You can write the word cover after your gift, which means you're covering the expense of that technology, which is approximately a little less than 3% of your offering. You can do that now. If you would like to go directly to our website, that's beautiful. Go to agapelive.com. There's a donation banner on the screen there. Navigate yourself to it. Choose the amount. Check out, as if you're checking out of Alice's Quiet Mind bookstore. Check out, but you're checking into your inner prosperity. And again, you can do that now, and you can even set it up to give on a regular basis. If you'd like to mail in your donations, please do so. Send it to Agape International. Checks and money orders made out to Agape International. 8549 Wilshire Blvd, Suite 1156. Beverly Hills, California, 90211, USA, if you're outside of the United States. Those are the ways that you can give. Many of you are signing up for the auto tithe program. It's very beneficial. Please do so. You can do it right online, right there on your computers. Go to agapelive.com and sign up for it, and it will just secure finances with ease and grace on a regular basis. Yes? Yes. If you're here in the sanctuary and you want to make a gift in person, write out your checks, get your cash ready, and as you exit, place it in the baskets. Julie Murrett, Reverend.
All righty. We have a few highlighted announcements for you today. You can visit agapelive.com for more information and to find out about all of our weekly offerings. All times listed are Pacific time, and let's play a game today. One of these announcements is 100% for you. So take a listen, see which one it is. Here we go. This Wednesday on Take Back Your Mind, Reverend Michael welcomes renowned author and spiritual speaker, known for her transformative journey beyond the brink of death, Anita Moorjani. Her new book, Sensitive is the New Strong, is out now. Next week, how do you release a lifelong belief that you're a failure? And why does love seem to keep slipping away no matter how much you pray? You can find out the answers to these on this Friday's Take Back Your Mind Life Question of the Week. Watch or listen to Take Back Your Mind and the Life Question of the Week with Michael B. Beckwith on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Experience Agape wherever you are. Join our Sunday service live stream on YouTube, Facebook, or agapelive.com. Like, share, and invite your community to spread the message of love and oneness. Together, we raise the collective consciousness and make the world a better place. Today at 2 p.m., One from the Heart offers our online bereavement support group for those who have experienced the loss of a physical human being. For those who have experienced the physical loss of a human loved one. Also meeting at 2 p.m. is our animal bereavement support group for the loss of an animal companion. Register on our website by clicking on the appropriate bereavement support banner. The Crisis Support Clinic offers Zoom mini-counseling sessions every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. To receive details for your first-come, first-served complimentary one-on-one session with a licensed practitioner, email crisissupport@agapelive.com. This is offered to the community at large, and anyone may attend. The One Love Ministry meets every third Saturday of the month online at 9 a.m. You can join this Saturday, September 20th, as we welcome Garrick Angel, the former director of the One Love Ministry. Their topic will be the power of choice. Email lgbt@agapelive.com for the Zoom link. And the Agape Prayer Ministry is available for you. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, Agape practitioners are here to know and declare the truth about your life. Whether you are looking for support navigating this thing called life or ready to affirm your spiritual liberation, the powerful prayers from Agape's loving spiritual practitioners are here for you. All you got to do is call 310-348-1270 or send an email to prayer@agapelive.com. So many opportunities here. Pick what's yours and dive in. Many blessings to you.
Thank you, Reverend Julie. Let's take a moment of giving thanks for the overflow of abundance and the generosity of the heart. It's activated within all the beings all around the globe, supporting the spiritual community to its uttermost beauty. We give thanks for this. We feel good about this movement of energy that's called harmonizing prosperity, leading to great generosity and great flow. And we live in the vibrational feeling tone right now that all of our needs are met. We feel it in our soul. We give thanks for it and we allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. If in fact you're in the LA area, LA adjacent, come on up to Agape. Come on in person. Come on up to the Saban Theater where we host these wonderful services. 11 a.m. meditation, 11:30 worship service. That's when the majority of people show up. However, you can sneak in if you want at 8:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. Pacific times if you'd so desire. We'll be waiting with you with open hearts. Let us rise up. And let us be aware that, as this song would indicate,
that brings me pain.
we're giving up the guilt that brings us pain.
Now is the time for me to let go.
Now is the time to let go of all shame.
Past behind me,
Let the past be behind us now.
I see
Let us begin to see with an inner vision something new about us.
ready for
Let us be ready for a great transformation, to go beyond the present formation of our life, regardless of how good it is or how bad it may appear to be. There's more of us that wants to express itself individually and collectively as a species.
I forgive
And so we forgive ourselves, we forgive all others, we hold ourselves in a dynamic awareness that the power and the presence and the love of God never forgives us because it only sees that which it is in us. We rise up with a greater readiness and we let go of anything that would hinder, delay, obstruct our perception of good, and we allow ourselves to anchor the realm of ever-expanding good on earth as it is in the highest heaven, the realm of continued ever-expanding good. We give thanks and we allow it to be. And so it is. Amen.